Right. Tonight is Parents' Evening. That one night of the year when your parents come in and we teachers lie through our teeth and tell them what wonderful, brilliant children you are.
Yay!
Quiet! In return for we teachers fibbing in this way, what is the other half of the bargain?
Please, sir, we'll tell our parents what wonderful teachers you are.
And?
How much we enjoy your lessons.
Good. However, just to make sure that your parents, who aren't completely stupid because they know how horrible most of you really are... Quiet! Just to give them some sense of purpose, they are allowed to complain about who?
Mr. Rocket, sir.
And?
Mrs. Rocket, sir.
Good, exactly. Now that's understood, we'll get back to... Yes, Jekyll?
I wish to say that I disapprove of your instructions.
Oh, do you?
Yes, sir. It encourages the worst aspects in the developing child. Lying, deceit, passing the blame.
And I'm sure it's also illegal. Because more than one person is involved, it could be called a conspiracy.
Oh, could it? Well, listen, you pair of know-alls. If I find that either one of you have uttered one word of criticism of...
Excuse me, sir. Can I leave the room?
No, you can't. I'm in the middle of talking to you.
But, sir, I have to go.
Well, really? What disobedience? She can't get away with that.
Sorry about that, sir. But I'm feeling myself again now.
Right, everyone out. Out, silence, get out.
Come on, cheer up, Memphis. It's home time.
Yes, but it's parents' evening tonight. All those parents coming in and having a go at me.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will, because their children will tell them to. Listen.
Can't wait to get home.
See, that Sharon Blister is a pain in the behind. Oh, God. I didn't mean Mr. Blister. I was talking about the blister on my bottom.
Don't tell fibs, Memphis. You were talking about Sharon Blister.
I need to Which is more than can be said for some of the children. I mean, can you imagine what her parents are like?
Oh, you don't think they're coming to parents' evening, do you?
Mr. and Mrs. Hyde? I wonder what they look like.
If their daughter's anything to go by, I should think they're absolute horrors.
Luckily, I'm down to see Mr. and Mrs. Jekyll. They're lovely people. If Mr. and Mrs. Hyde turn up, you two can see them.
I hope your dad comes home soon. We're due to see Mrs. Rocket shortly. Oh, I love Parents' Evening. Hearing what your teachers have to say about you. Well-behaved, polite, clever, best girl in the school. Nothing about you ever changes, except you get a bit taller. Oh, that'll be your dad now.
I'm home.
Hello, love.
Hello, Moira. Hello, Julia.
What's in that box?
Ah, right. This is our new line in maths we've got at the supermarket. I brought one home to show you. Tell you what, I'll nip in the hall, put it on, give you a big surprise.
Well, hurry up or we'll be late. Oh, your dad's such a big kid at heart. Still, he does give us a laugh, doesn't he?
What do you think?
It's very scary.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry, hurry up and take it off. We've got the first appointment to see Mrs. Rocket at the Parents' Evening.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Oh, dear. You got everything ready, Julia, love?
Yes, Mum.
Moira,
What?
I can't seem to get it off. Can you give us a hand?
Oh, let me.
Yeah, there's a catch at the back.
Oh, Jerry, it's stuck.
Stuck? What do you mean, stuck? What am I going to do?
Well, you can't come to the Parents' Evening looking like that.
You can't leave me alone like this.
Oh, well, you better come with us then. We'll have to go to the casualty department afterwards. Oh, dear, but put something over that mask, love. You'll frighten someone.
And Mr. and Mrs. Jekyll are due any moment.
And all the other parents.
Excuse me, Mr. Rocket.
Yes?
My parents won't be able to make it this evening.
Oh, what a pity, Edward.
And I've got a message for you about Mr. and Mrs. Hyde.
Oh.
They won't be able to make it either.
Why?
Well, they're both very shy.
Oh, Mr. Rocket was so looking forward to meeting them, weren't you?
No. Yes. Knickers,
Yes?
have you actually seen them? Mr. and Mrs. Hyde, I mean.
Well, they don't like to show their faces.
You hear that, Mumsy? They don't like to show their faces. They must be horrible.
Hello. Hi. Is that your dad? It's so embarrassing. He's got a monster mask stuck on his head. A monster mask? Hey, I've got an idea. What? Let's play a trick on the Blister sisters and say Mr. Hyde's here. With his head in a blanket. Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's big. Oh, if you're talking about our Uncle Lester. No, Mr. Hyde. Harriet's dad. Haven't you seen him? No. We can't miss him. He's walking around with a blanket over his head because he's so ugly. Mr. Hyde? We better tell our Uncle Lester. Yeah. Oh, yes, we did it. Uncle Lester! He's here! He's here!
Calm down. We blisters do not panic. We blisters are tough, fearless, and resolute. Now, what's up?
Harriet Hyde's dad is here!
What? I'm ruined! He's here to have a go at me!
Remember, Uncle, blisters are tough.
Oh, shut up! Where is he now?
We don't know. He's running around this school with a blanket over his head because he's so ugly.
Oh, good grief! I better go and tell Mr. Rocket.
Ah, now you sit over here and wait while I go and see Mrs. Rocket. There. All right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's the matter, Mr. Blister?
It's him.
Who?
Mr. Hyde!
What? But Edward Nicker said the Hydes weren't coming. You sure it's him?
What other parent will want to put their head under a blanket?
A blanket? He must be hideous. Oh, you may be right, Mr. Blister, but in view of what Nick has said, you still ought to check if it is him.
Me? Why can't you do it?
Because I'm head teacher here and I'm in charge. Go on, find out. Go on!
Where's Mum, Dad?
Oh, she's in with Mrs. Rocket.
Right. Well, I'm just going to the science lab to get something.
Right, I'll wait here for you.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Are you here for the parents' meeting?
Yes.
Why have you got a blanket over your head?
Actually, it's quite embarrassing.
Yes, I'm not surprised. Have you seen your child?
Oh, my daughter? Yes, she's in the science room.
It is him! It is Mr. Hyde! We've got to get rid of him before he scares everyone!
Don't worry, you may look quite normal under that blanket.
Oh, yes, what's normal about putting your head under a blanket in the first place?
Well, there's only one way to find out. You'll have to go back out there and find a way to take the blanket off and see what's underneath.
Me? Why can't you do it?
Because I'm the head teacher here and I'm in charge. Go on, find out.
No!
Hello?
Well, he's even worse looking than his daughter.
What are we going to do?
Well, like I said, we've got to get rid of him before he terrifies everyone to death. He's here to see a teacher, so go and talk to him and then he'll go.
Me? Why me?
Because you're in charge here and you're the head teacher.
I would like to come. My office, please.
Certainly. Would you hold my hand?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind if I take off this blanket? I can't see a thing.
No, not at all. Ah! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Who? I thought you were Mr. Hyde.
No, I'm Mr. Jekyll.
What?
Yeah, I've got this terrible problem. I've got this mask stuck on my head.
A mask? Of course, I knew it was a mask. And I was told Mr. and Mrs. Hyde weren't coming.
Oh, really? Who told you?
Nicholas. Pardon? Now, look, don't worry. Leave this to me. Bend down.
Mr. Rocket, what are you doing to Mr. Hyde?
It's not Mr. Hyde. It's Mr. Jekyll.
And I've got this mask stuck on my head. I feel like a right fool.
Well, you've come to the right place. But there's only one way to deal with this, the scientific approach. And when I say pull, pull, pull...
Mr. Rocket, I am so grateful to you and your staff for getting me out of that mess. Well, and just to show my appreciation, I want you to keep it. But make sure you don't get stuck in it.
Oh, there's no fear of that, eh, Mr. Blister? You see, I'm the head teacher here and therefore highly intelligent. I've already noticed that there's a catch at the back to hold it on, see?
Yeah. Tricky things, catches. Well, I better go and find Moira and Julia. Bye.
See, organisation, Mr. Blister.
Organisation? It was my scientific...
Oh, tut, tut, Mr. Blister. Who's in charge here? Now, to try this on. There. Well, how do I look, Mr. Blister?
Better than usual, head teacher.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Blister. Help!
There's absolutely nothing else to say about Julia except how wonderful she is.
Oh, that is nice to hear.
She is a model of good manners, and she never changes, unlike some of the children in this school.
Oh?
I shouldn't be saying this, but there's one girl in this school who terrifies everyone to death. Harriet Hyde.
Oh, yes, Julia's mentioned her. But I thought she and Julia were good friends.
Very unlikely. You never see the two of them together.
Oh, look at the time. Jerry will be wondering where I've got to. He's waiting for me out in the corridor.
With his head in a book, I expect.
No, in a mask. Bye, Mrs. Rocket. Oh, Jerry, you're back to normal at last.
Yes, thanks to the scientific methods as used by the Rocket Academy.
Hello, Mum. Hello. Dad, you got the mask off then?
Yeah, feel like a new man.
Well, I guess we can all go home then. Right. Will it be right if I bring my experiment home?
Of course it will, love.
I'd have to go and get it from the science lab.
Right, so we'll meet you by the stairs.
Okay.
Julia, it's so pleasant to meet people like your parents. A really nice surprise. You can... I've just come face to face with that hideous Harriet Hyde. She was in the lab.
Where's Julia?
Well, here I am, Dad.
Oh, what a wonderful child you have, Mr. and Mrs. Jekyll. Thank heavens for the comfort of my own son. He always calms me down. Nephis, are you there? Ah, I feel the comfort of your friendly, smiling face.
Was that Mrs. Rocket?
Perhaps she's come face to face with Harriet Hyde again.
She should be used to Harriet by now. Everyone else is.
And just as we're getting used to Harriet Hyde, she disappears for a while. That was the last Julie Jekyll and Harriet Hyde, but it'll be back in the autumn. Now, The Mask is coming up next, and I've had a great letter here from Stephen Meeks, who says, my brother Jonathan never misses an episode of The Mask. Sim, it would make his day if you showed his picture. It's a good picture, but that ain't as good as the photo on the other side. And that is Jonathan Meeks in his full mask gear with the green face and everything. A fabulous picture. Thanks a lot, guys. And The Mask, the cartoon itself,